This happened a few weeks ago while the playoffs were still going on, and I briefly saw it at the time, but didn't feel the need to get too into it with everything else going on. But with the playoffs and World Series now behind us, I think it's time I shed some light on an incredible rant Trevor May went on about the absolute worst owner in not just baseball, but I would argue all of sports. And I'm also willing to argue that I'm nowhere near the only person making that argument. John Fisher of the Oakland A's, soon to be the Las Vegas A's, is not just a terrible owner, but a terrible human. Honestly, he doesn't even seem like a real human, which is something Trevor himself mentioned, which you'll see all the amazing things he said in his rant. But from not spending or investing at all into the A's to just not even acting like he gives a damn about the team, its fans, or the city of Oakland, it's just a real shame, and he was rightfully shamed in front of a ton of people. Really quick, I'm trying to get to 140,000 subscribers before 2024, so if you enjoy the content and haven't hit that button yet, consider doing so. Thank you. For some context, as some of you may not even know who Trevor May is, he's a veteran Major League pitcher, now former pitcher, who just officially hung up the cleats for good and called it a career after 9 years in the big leagues. I personally love Trevor May, not even because he was a pretty good and effective pitcher for the majority of his career, but because of his personality. He's a very genuine, approachable, and personable guy who loves to connect with other people, particularly the fans, as even during his playing days, would live stream on Twitch, whether it was playing video games or just simply chatting it up and answering questions and talking to fans in the chat. Just good vibes, a very normal guy who doesn't bring anything toxic to the table. And I couldn't imagine any player coming out and accusing him of being a bad teammate or anything. If that happened, a former teammate of May's coming out and saying he was a bad clubhouse person, that would be a bigger plot twist than the end of The Sixth Sense. So yeah, good pitcher, even better dude. And unfortunately, he's now retired, although I don't think he's necessarily going anywhere. I can totally see Trevor staying within the game of baseball and becoming an analyst or something, and even if he doesn't do that, he'll still continue to likely connect with the fans online and be the genuine, real kind of person that he is. If anything, we're going to get an even more authentic and real version of Trevor May now that he's retired and fully able to say what he wants since he's not attached to any organization. And that is exactly what we immediately got when he announced his retirement. So May made the retirement announcement on a live stream to his fans, calling it a career after his first and now last season with the Oakland A's after signing a one-year contract with them for the 2023 season. So he announces his retirement, then starts to say to everyone in the entire Oakland A's organization that he loves all of them.
Now that it's official, to the A's organization and every single person part of it, I love all of you.
Wait, so he likes and appreciates everyone who's a part of the A's organization. So I guess he does like Fisher. That's different.
Every single one of you except for one guy. And we all know who that guy is.
Okay, never mind. And this is when Trevor went off, and one of the more logical and valid rants you'll ever see. Like, it's amazing. It's impressive. Everything he says here was right.
Sell the team, dude. I tried to get a sell shirt. It didn't get here fast enough. Sell it, man. Let someone who actually takes pride in the things they own something. There's actually people who give a shit about the game. Let them do it. Take mommy and daddy's money somewhere else. Dork. Also, if you're gonna just be a greedy fuck, own it. There's nothing weaker than being afraid of cameras. So that's one thing I really struggled with this year. Was not just eviscerating that guy. Do what you're gonna do, bro. You're whatever. You're a billionaire. They exist. You guys have all this power. You shouldn't have any because you haven't earned any of it. But anyway, whatever. It is what it is. Reality is you got handed everything you have, and now you're too soft to sit and stand in front or take any responsibility for anything you're doing.
For some context on May's shots at Fisher and him accusing Fisher of not earning anything he has, John Fisher became the billionaire he is today simply because he inherited the fortune from his parents, the co-founders of the clothing company Gap. So Fisher was born into a family who started a company, did nothing to necessarily earn that money other than simply being their son, inherited that money, used that money to become owner of the Oakland A's in 2005 for his benefit to get wealthier. When you really dig into the details and see it for how it really is, it's even more infuriating. It's one thing to be a cheap, selfish billionaire and not care about the fans, But it's another thing to be a cheap, selfish, artificial billionaire who doesn't care about the fans. I also found it ironic that before signing and playing 1 year in Oakland, Trevor May had actually signed and was on the Mets for a couple of years, a team that now has the best owner in sports. Someone who not only just likes to spend money because he loves the team, the fans, and wants them to win more than anything, but Steve Cohen is the literal opposite of Fisher, as he's someone who, of course, is everything I just said, but also someone who talks to the media, who talks to the fans, shows face a lot, and is very forward and direct with how he views things regarding the team, what he wants for the team, how he thinks they should go about winning. He's very transparent, etc. So if May got to get a taste of playing for a team with an owner like that, and then gets a taste of playing with the complete opposite of an owner. John Fisher is quite literally as despicable as it gets as a person, like I said, not even just as an owner. The dude doesn't show face, he doesn't talk to the media, the players, the fans, anybody. He doesn't even pretend to care about the A's as a team. He doesn't even act like he's not just owning the team for his own personal gain. He is just straight up showing he doesn't care, but also doesn't say anything about it. He doesn't go in front of the media or any cameras, like Trevor May said, and doesn't explain himself or give any reason as to why he does what he does. Literally nobody likes him, yet he just doesn't seem to want to look in the mirror and change anything. He is a villain you would create in a movie, having no interest in being liked, only in getting the most money no matter how evil he looks doing it. Just own up to it, dude. Don't just show you don't care, at least come out of hiding, go in front of a camera and say that you don't care either. Or, I have a better alternative for how John Fisher can go about all this: sell the damn team. In order for him to do that though, he would have to become selfless, so unfortunately that's as likely as me getting elected for president next year.
Yeah, whatever. Oakland is Oakland. You can make all the cases. It's not a great city. Blah, 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 blah. But you're putting hundreds, if not thousands, of people out of work that have worked somewhere for decades, and you haven't acknowledged that at all. Just be better. That's all we're asking. Just be a human being, because this is just billionaire keeping up with the Joneses. He sees all the other billionaires' yachts. He wants a big yacht too, and that's what this is about. And it literally is that stupid. It's that dumb. It's that dumb. It's that dumb. Don't spend money on your team. Do whatever you want with your team. It's your team. But own it. You don't have to rationalize things, just own it.
So John Fisher is terrible, pretty obvious, but Trevor May did also go on to talk positively about Oakland A's fans, which I thought was great. A's fans don't get enough love, whether it's from other fan bases or their own team, but they deserve more love and respect, and don't deserve the hell they've been through these last few years in particular, all because of the worst owner ever.
The fan base, you say what you want about them, say whatever, but they are freaking there, and they are awesome. And they give a shit about the game of baseball and the players on the field that make the money, whether you think that or not. It doesn't matter, because you don't know a lot about anything, very clearly. So, players make you the money, and that fan base is up there with the best fan bases for loving their players. They support, despite all this shit, everything that you're putting them through, they still supported us. They still were like, we know it's not your fault. We love you. And I need everyone there to know how much that means to us. Seriously. Thank you.